Update 15 on Typhoon Hagupit, Philippine name Ruby. Its wind speed right now is 90 miles per hour and its pressure is 963 millibars. Its position at 2 p.m. UTC, December the 7th, 10 p.m. local time, is 12.6 degrees north, 123.7 degrees east. It's now a Category 1 typhoon, high end at that. The storms are expected to move through the Philippines, gradually weakening, losing typhoon strength as it makes its closest approach to Manila and Mindoro, and then the storm is expected to move out to sea as a tropical storm over the South China Sea, and then gradually weakening into a tropical depression by the time it reaches Vietnam in around 5 days' time. And obviously the storm is still fairly strong, even though it is a Category 1. Flooding, heavy rains, it's already claimed 2 victims so far. At the moment we have Signal 3 warnings in effect for Masbate, which the storm's just moved west of, Romblon and Marinduque and easternmost Mindoro. Signal 3 warnings in effect for those areas. Signal 2 warnings remain in effect for parts of Samar and most of southern Luzon, almost extending as far as Manila. And Signal 1 warnings in effect for the wider area, including northern Palawan. Still, as far as southern Cebu is still under Signal 1 warnings there as well. Looking at the webcam, this was earlier today. It was blowing a gale by the looks of things. You can see just about the trees blowing there. Night has fallen over that area now, and this is the best view that we have. It's not a particularly good one, of course, because of the low light, but it seems that the tide is in at the very least, with strong winds, I should imagine there. Nonito U via Facebook says, "We're still waiting here at Metro Manila. What time will a typhoon affect our area?" Well, it's not so much a threat for today, I don't think. It's going to be more tomorrow for Manila, where we'll see storm conditions affecting the area. It's likely they'll see tropical storm conditions in the whole Manila area and possibly further north than that as well. I would say afternoon on Monday is the time that you'd expect to see tropical storm conditions in Manila. The CMC computer model then takes the storm towards the west-northwest through Mindoro and then towards Vietnam, with that second storm forming behind it as well and affecting a similar area, the Visayas region, as what looks like a tropical storm, and another storm forming in the Indian Ocean there as well. The GFS model has a similar scenario, with the Hagupit dissipating over Vietnam and a very weak system crossing the Philippines after that, but it still could be a rain event even if it is very weak indeed, as it appears to be on that model there. Looking at the latest satellite imagery, the floater imagery here, the storm has been progressing towards the west-northwest. It is still slow moving. It's just moved over the island of Masbate and is headed towards the west-northwest. It's likely to move on to Mindoro next. And still a Category 1 typhoon, still holding on to typhoon status, but the rainfall appears to be waning even more than what we saw in the last update. But heavy rain is approaching Manila by the looks of things, one of those spiral bands not too far from the city. Same for Mindoro as well. They'll probably be seeing heavier rainfall in the next few hours too. Samar is almost in the clear, but still seeing heavy rainfall here and there. Of course, half of that island, or large parts of the island, is without power at this time. As of December the 7th at 2 p.m. UTC, nothing else is going on around the world so far. We only have Typhoon Hagupit, but I think that storm is enough to keep us all occupied. But there it is, a Category 1 typhoon, likely to maintain that status for another 24 hours perhaps. 77 storms have formed so far this year in 2014 worldwide. 44 of those have become Category 1 hurricanes or their equivalents around the world, and 26 have become Category 3 storms with winds of 115 miles per hour or higher. Of course, Hagupit became number 26. It's a fairly above average number in the 26-year record. You can visit Force 13 on any of its 6 outlets. The website force13.com will keep you most up to date on all the goings on around the world, storm-wise, as always. The video pages, search Force 13 on there. We're still doing round-the-clock updates on the storm every 6 hours. And of course, the social pages will have even more quickfire updates. Facebook and Twitter, search Force 13 on there, at Force 13 on Twitter. You can speak to me personally on Skype, at Fool13 on there for tropical weather chat, and send in any questions through those mediums if you wish for me to answer in the next video. Update 16 will follow at 8 p.m. UTC, December the 7th, with the next update number 17 following at 2 AM on December the 8th. Further times to be decided, but I think the 24-hour around-the-clock updates will probably end at that point.